friends, today I am going to say Aladdin's story. Once upon a time, there lived a tailor. He had a son, always playing. When he was 16, his father passed away and he said to his mother, I want to work in the shop. When he was working in the shop, a stranger came to his shop and said, I am your father's brother. I am your uncle. He said, Oh, uncle, what? The uncle said, When your father died, I was not there here in that time. I came here to show a secret place. He said, In that place, full of your treasures are there. Then he said, Should we go? Aladdin said, Okay, let's go. So they went. 4 days they traveled in Aladdin's uncle camel. Finally, they reach two mountains, and here there's a valley. Then, then the they his uncle said to take some sticks and light fire. So then, when Aladdin did his uncle words, then his uncle poured some powder and said some magic words. Then a big stone came with a ring on it. Aladdin's father said to wear the ring. He wore the ring, and Aladdin said, Do not touch the gold wall or do not you can see a fine fruit tree. Don't pluck it or else you'll die instantly. Then he did. Aladdin went down in the stairs without touching the golden walls. Suddenly he saw the fruit tree and was eagerly waiting to pluck. He plucked it. Suddenly the fruit turned into a diamond. Then he plucked some grapes and turned into silver pearls. Then he take some blueberries and turned into blue diamonds. Then he found the lamp and poured the oil in and came up. Then he said, his uncle said, Give me the lamp. He said, My hands are full. Come down and help me. Then his uncle said, Give me the lamp or either stay for here. Then his uncle closed the stone, then went to his home. Then Aladdin was crying for many days. One day he touched his ring, then he went to his home. Then he went inside his home and said to his mother. His mother said, Where were you been? I'll find you for everywhere I could. Then he said the entire story of his uncle did. Then he showed the treasures that he brought from the secret place. Then his mother found the lamp and said, This is a very old lamp. Wait, I'll rub it. His mother rubbed and suddenly a famous genie came and said, What do you want, my lady? I will do whatever you say. Aladdin's mother said, Give us food. We did not get food any day. Then the genie gave some plates with food like fried chicken, jellies, fruits. Then they ate it very happily and slept. Then suddenly one day when he was walking with his pet monkey Ambu, then he was walking, then he heard an announcement, Close the shops and clear the way. The princess is coming. Whoever hide and see the princess will punish. He hid in some boxes. Then he see the princess was seeing from the window. Then he loved the princess and said, I will marry the princess. He went to his mother and said, I want to marry the princess. His mother laughed and said, The king will beat you. I am ready for that. Take some jewel fruits. Then his mother went to the palace and said the king that here. The guardian stopped the Aladdin's mother. Then the king said, Let her come in. He said, Thank you, Majesty. I beg you that my son is with your princess. Please give your daughter's hand for my son to marriage. He said, how can I give my daughter for a poor man to live? Then the king said, what is that in that cover? Then he said, open the cover and show me what is inside. Aladdin's mother opened and showed, and the king saw some diamonds. The king said, I never saw these beautiful diamonds. The king said, your son have to be intelligent. Thus, the king said that bring the same golden diamonds with the beautiful person who is holding, with 40 same diamonds in your tray. Aladdin's mother went to Aladdin and said, the king's professional. The mother said, the king's professional is you have to bring 40 trays with the same golden diamonds and with some soldiers holding it. Aladdin laughed and said, okay. He called the genie again and said the king's professional, and he got it. Then he said to his mother, take these people to the king. Then Aladdin's mother take these people to the king and show the 40 trays of diamonds. Then the king said, I'm impressed of your son. He said, you have to build a palace with a beautiful dress, with a beautiful horse. Then his mother went to his Aladdin and said, the king's professional. Then Aladdin again called the genie, and the genie did the wish. The king can see the palace near. It was near his kingdom. Then the genie put a red mat to Aladdin's kingdom to the king's kingdom. Then he said that give me rich clothes and a beautiful horse to ride. The genie did his wish. Then he went to the king and said, I am giving my daughter to your hand for marriage. So the king said, start the marriage. Then Aladdin married the king's daughter, and they both loved. Then one day when suddenly his uncle, the stranger also noticed. Everybody was noticed that he was a famous king and famous to all the countries. Then suddenly the stranger saw him and said, how did he escape from the cave? Maybe he stole my lamp. Then he said, I will teach him a lesson. Then when Aladdin was not in the palace, his wife was in the palace. Then the stranger went and said, who wants to exchange the old lamps and taking new ones? Aladdin's wife gave the magic lamp and take the unmagic lamps. Then the stranger rubbed the lamp, and the genie came and he said that take this palace with the queen and keep the palace somewhere far that nobody can find. Then the genie did the stranger's words. Then the king can't see. The king can't see Aladdin's king. Then he said to his soldiers, go and bring Aladdin. Then the king shouted, because of your tricks, my daughter had got lost. Then the king said, within 4 days you have to find my daughter. Then in 3 days he was roaming in the palace and finding everywhere. Suddenly he he thought and again touched the ring, and he found his palace in a lonely place where his palace was in the middle. He went to his palace by sneaking and went to her room. Then they both hugged and cried. Then he said the plan: take this potion, drink it. So his wife drank it. When the stranger came, the wife said, "Oh Mustafa, please take this drink that I made now." He said, "Yeah, I'm eagerly waiting for the drink. Even if it's poison, I will drink it." Ha 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 ha. He laughed. Then Aladdin's wife gave the juice with Aladdin's wife gave the juice with 2 drops of that potion. Then suddenly he made him drink. Then he was unconscious and fell down. He said that, is this place very dark? His eyelids was slowly closing. Then he fell down. He take the lamp from his jacket and see the genie, take this lamp, this place, this kingdom to the same place where it was. Then genie take it, and Aladdin said, throw this man somewhere in the deep in the desert, that he cannot find his way out. Then Aladdin and his wife and the palace came to the same place where his palace was built. Then he came to the king and gave him his crown, and they lived happily ever after. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel and ring the bell.